My name is Sara Dietschy, rhymes with Peachy. Welcome to a new video about the $329 7th Gen iPad. Thank you, Clean My Mac, for sponsoring this video. Keep your Macs clean. Figure out where that big file is. John, you actually use that too.
I sure do.
Yep, all right, let's get into it. I just do not think of an iPad as a laptop replacement. I'm sorry, we still have a very long way to go. But at $329, oh my gosh, I gotta take a look at it, because this was last year's $329 iPad. It's a little banged up. It's a little used, but hey, that's what we're supposed to do with technology. So last year I bought this because hey, $329, it has Apple Pencil support, yay. But I didn't use it, so I gave it to John, who really started his illustration career on this guy. So if you're like me and you're not convinced, hey, I'm not gonna edit videos on an iPad. Guys, when I edit a video on an iPad, I'm either getting paid $1 million by LumaFusion, or it's 10 years in the future and there's no such thing as laptops or tablets and they've merged. Anyways, this is the case for the cheapest iPad. So really the only difference is the display got bigger and now you can use the smart keyboard, even though the smart keyboard for this new $329 iPad is rather expensive. But if you just need a Netflix watching tablet to watch those movies on airplanes and stuff, this still is like such heavy bezel, and I'm actually a fan of the Samsung tabs because they have like a very bezel-less design. They're a really good size in comparison when you just want to watch Netflix and it's just full screen.
Even though we now don't believe so much anymore that they have language.
And then you watch something on this bezel chunk.
They're doing fine. They're doing fine. Why don't we just live and let live?
Honestly, there's just a lot of wasted space using this as a multimedia player. I'm so impressed, like honestly, with your drawings that I kind of just want to have a moment of, oh my gosh, someone did this with something that was only $300 and a $10 app.
It's definitely a lot different from how I did YouTube videos where it cost a lot more money to do anything. You need a computer, a camera, and everything. This, you literally just need the iPad.
Yeah, bring me through some of your, I want to see some of your first creations.
Okay.
Appropriate. So we're going all the way back.
Oh my God. Almost right off the bat, I have my characters. Like I started trying to design the characters and they're all like these random colors and I kind of had no idea what I was doing. But the thing about the app that was phenomenal is that the streamline for the actual stroke of the pen is really smooth. And I think a lot of artists and illustrators probably consider that cheating, but I don't care. Because at the end of the day, it's about how to get your idea out. And I think that's the funnest thing about this. It's really easy to go from, I have this thought, and then it's created, and it probably is gonna end up looking a lot better than you would think it would.
Can you click into one of your earliest creations?
Yeah, here's a really good one. There, look at that. That's so cool.
I love it.
It's funny though, because really talented illustrators will still be very sketchy in their illustration, just because the story is always way more important. But this is my first attempt, I think, at a comic, which is really fun to do, and I feel like I should do more of.
And what's so fun is people literally have created careers on like illustrating for Instagram and then taking these illustrations to companies and doing murals, and there's so much to do with it.
It's also really fun to try to implement illustrations into your video projects and just to utilize a couple of your creative hobbies. Like this one was a frame for an actual premiere video that I made, a YouTube video. But when I went to Korea, this was what I did. I just took pictures and I drew these little cutesy fellas all over the place. It was really fun.
the iPad so much more functional and just downright fun. Before hopping into shortcuts, because oh my gosh, you need to know about shortcuts, thank you to Clean My Mac X for sponsoring this video. Not just iPadOS, but a new operating system for your Mac has dropped, Catalina. If you are looking to upgrade, Clean My Mac can help. You need 30 gigs free on the drive for the Catalina update, and a good start is just with the Smart Scan on Clean My Mac. It lets you know if you have any huge attachments on your email, any files that are just completely unnecessary, and it gets your drive clean very quick. My personal favorite thing is Space Lens. It allows you to see all your files on your Mac from like top down. You can see where your biggest files are, click into it, and just delete, and you're good to go. macOS Catalina no longer supports 32-bit apps, so Clean My Mac has something built in that can tell you which apps are the 32-bit, and you can just uninstall right there from the app. It also has an awesome toolbar app that you can click into. You can free up space directly from your toolbar and so much more. There are just so many ways to clean up your Mac to make sure you have the optimal performance. You don't want junk on your computer slowing it down, and Clean My Mac can help you out with that in a very major way. So if you want to check it out, download a free trial of Clean My Mac X down in the description below right now. Do it, and happy smooth updating to Catalina. If you want, I'm not forcing you to do it. But either way, Clean My Mac is like a no-brainer to have on your Mac. Matthew, you are the master of shortcuts. And wow, I'm looking at your iPad right now, and this is
very
insane.
colorful.
Can you please explain to the people, what are the shortcuts? What are these?
I have a bunch of shortcuts for different things I do on my device. These ones I have for opening a podcast, playing it, airplaying it to a HomePod or something, subscribing to the show if you haven't yet. I assume everybody's subscribed to yours. And then opening it into podcast to rate. So this is all just very podcast specific stuff. But
yes, so Matthew was just on my podcast and it went great. I will link the episode down in the description below. He's going to show me how to make said shortcut for my podcast, That Creative Life, and I'm going to simultaneously do it on my phone.
So let's just start off with the most basic media category. Scroll down and you'll see podcasts eventually. And there's a bunch of different photo editing, music stuff, which is cool. And then way down there, there's a lot.
I like how they have these options for you.
We have search podcasts. Bring that in, and then has all of these different fields that you can fill out. And let's do that. Creative Life. Okay.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Okay.
But so this returns like everything about your podcast. If you put in get details of podcast, you could like explore this different information. Okay. You want one that does all of those different things.
So let's imagine who is downloading this. This is a person who listens to That Creative Life every Monday. So they want an instant button to get there. They're like, boom, I'm there.
Right away, play podcast.
Yep.
Do you want, okay, that one's just simple. Add and play, there you go. Or
so you can add
make
a shortcut
yourself
as an app. So you can put this on your home screen to where you press one button and my voice is in your earballs.
Yeah, it's right here in the share thing, there's add to home screen. Awesome. And then kind of give it a name like just Sara or like Peachy. That's Peachy. A good.
There we go.
I mean, I would give it a different icon normally too, but then it's just like right there.
So
and you can, I mean, a big thing is that you can organize them all into folders. So like I have all these web ones, for example, that I use.
Cool.
Then if you want to do something like have it automatically play on your HomePod or something like that, there's set playback destination. You'd have to have HomePod for it to show up. There's an action in the scripting ones called choose from menu. And when you do this, it gives you like different options that when you run the shortcut, you can tap one or two, and depending on which you tap, this is just a bad example, but it'll go that direction. So if we want it to play the podcast, we give it the word play. So like when you run the shortcut, it'll say play or pause. And you can say like, what do you want to do to like with that creative life?
Oh, so I could have a catch-all if they are new.
Yeah.
to be like subscribe,
Yeah.
or rate.
Let's do all of them. Just might as well.
Yeah.
And what's cool too is when you ask Siri to run this. Here, let me drop that in there. She'll say, "What do you want to do with that creative life?" Like she'll read this prompt out loud, and then you can reply using your voice.
Oh.
Yeah.
This
Go
is like
in.
them taking, I feel like, a version of Playgrounds and putting it in a pretty design.
The Playgrounds team needs to meet with the Shortcuts team
Yes.
because
Can't
there's
you tell what
Yeah.
that would be beautiful.
because Playgrounds lets you go step by step and see
Right.
what's happening at each step,
Right.
and then I would love that. That would be so
Imagine
good.
if you could see all the behind the scenes
Yeah.
of this.
That should work, and then now
Oh
we
my
just
gosh.
run it.
Wait, is there? Oh yeah. So
It just
boom.
makes a little menu.
Amazing.
And then
Is there a way to be like tweet this podcast?
yeah, I think they fixed it, and then I think it broke like the next update, so it
Right.
might have just gotten rolled over. But you could say like, "I'm listening to."
I'm listening. Let's do that. I'm listening to this week's episode of That Creative Life, and then a link.
That Creative Life. Would you want the episode link or the show link?
The episode link.
They do technically subscribe to the show regardless, but
But since this is specific, like I'm
Yes.
listening to this week's episode of.
so let's add to this then. In that one, there's get episodes of podcast.
This is making me like giddy. Like
It's
this
awesome.
is cool.
Specifically for podcasters, is like
Yeah.
every podcaster should make these shortcuts. Get episodes of the podcast that was. Let's just make sure we're doing. We want to get the connected one. Let me see if that worked. Yeah, that's the last Austin Augie returns.
Yeah.
Those are, see, it's like a list of all of the different episodes, India, all that. So this, you are programming, you're not coding.
Yeah,
And so it's, you get all of the benefit, and like seeing people's face when they build one and they're like, I just made it do that. Like, it's so
Yeah.
cool. Okay, let me just do it more simply. Okay, there we go. They can just choose from the whole list, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm listening to this week's episode, and then do you want the title? See, here's the podcast
okay.
information.
I'm listening to this week's episode. Oh, so it'll do the
can put,
title,
like, the title
of the
in
podcast,
quotes.
and then it'll put the link.
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah.
It's all
Or I
however
guess
you choose.
if Twitter though will properly embed it, all you need is the link.
but it
though.
could be like, yeah, exactly. Let me test.
Cool.
And the tweet action might not even work, which is, which episode? Did it just tweet it?
Should we look on your Twitter?
Yeah, I think it might just be broken temporarily.
The tweet one.
Yeah.
But I guess we can still keep it in there for when
Yeah,
Twitter
yeah,
fixes
exactly.
it.
I can hit up that guy today. So that would tweet. I'm listening to that with the URL at the end,
Yes,
which is awesome.
that's sick.
Yeah.
Guys, make sure to check out the podcast I did with Matthew, but also check out his person, because oh my gosh, the knowledge that is coming from you is amazing. I love this. I can't
Thank
wait
you.
to test more out. And I guess I'll leave the link for this shortcut that you can download
Yeah.
and run your first shortcut, guys.
Yeah, there is a whole, you have to give shortcuts permission to add untrusted shortcuts.
Okay.
I actually have a video that I'm trying to like, because it's every person
So,
doesn't know how to do it. But
You gotta get it up in the next week.
Yeah,
so
I will.
can
That's-
link it.
it's perfect. So
Amazing. Okay,
Cool.
Thank you so much. I've been using it for a lot of stuff that I used to do in my college times, like note taking. I love the app's Notability. You can record audio for a specific note and it tracks the timestamps along with what you are writing. This isn't just great for meetings, but you students out there, oh my gosh. But anyways, I feel like a teacher too when I use it. Say if I have some homies over, hey guys, today I have a presentation for you. And I'm going to use my iPad to illustrate points, say I'm in a meeting or something, and I have the latest and greatest Samsung TV where you don't need Apple TV to do AirDrop and screen mirroring. So this isn't just for the Samsung TVs in the past 3 years, it's select Sony and other brands as well. So I have no Apple TV attached, and I know it looks really ugly right now, I'm so sorry, but look, if you swipe down in Control Center, there's a screen mirroring button. See, you have the title of my TV, and boom, now my iPad is on my TV. This is so exciting. See, I'm just living out my dream of you guys being people who I'm having a meeting with.
I'm so here for this.
Yeah, and you're like so excited.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna open up, here we go, my Notability app, and then we have something really important here.
The merger.
That, you know, I'm in this Notability app. I have like all these colors, so I could be like this, and then we're gonna draw a line, and then this is gonna happen. I know this is me being kind of silly, but for reals though, just the ease of use of this, using some of these fun note apps, and really, I don't know, I'm getting excited about an iPad again, but I'll probably never use this again after this video. I found myself just bringing the iPad everywhere, and it was fantastic when I needed to show people things, zoom into pictures, show off a presentation. If you're a student and you take a lot of notes, this $329 iPad kind of seems like a no-brainer. Hello, I forgot to outro this video, so excuse the fuzzy iPhone footage. Yeah, bottom line is I think this iPad is really great value for the non-power users. The only time that I ran into things crashing was when I was in John's illustration app Procreate, and maybe the time lapses weren't downloading, so I was trying to do a screen record at the same time. It basically worked 60% of the time, just screen recording it, and then also Procreate doing all the work to you know, recall the time lapse of the illustration seemed like the limit of the A10. No processor update, but the bigger display, the smart keyboard capabilities. I think it's a home run for a few of you guys. If you're a student, if you're a note taker, someone who wants those iOS content creation apps, but isn't doing something as intense as editing, you know, 4K footage on LumaFusion. Of course, I would look at the iPad Pro. Learning about shortcuts also has been so much fun for me. So if you want more of that, I did a podcast with Matthew. You can check out that link in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed this video. What'd you think? Check out my Clean My Mac X link down in the description below. And until next time, guys, stay peachy. Oh, and also, I'm not sure if I'll have another video up until November 6th. That's when like kind of a special fun video goes up. It's not like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave it at that because New York and the sirens are just going insane. So you have November 6th to look forward to, so make sure you're subscribed. And I think, did I say stay peachy? Oh my god, it's getting louder. Okay, stay peachy. Okay, bye.